Welcome to the United States of Tiffany. Our commentary offers a humorous take on wrestling. Please note, we're not bullying or attacking the wrestlers. We're engaging with the choreographed sport and its storylines. Our jokes and observations are about the characters and storylines, not the real people behind them. Tourists and citizens alike, welcome. Enjoy the show, and remember, it's all in good fun.
Lord have mercy, Jesus. I'm going to do my best to get through this because the only thing I can say about Smackdown was just...
What was that? The weather. Very peculiar, don't you think?
Yes, very peculiar. It was very peculiar. It's the best way to describe it. Well, let's try to get through this. Let's go piece by piece. Randy Orton opened the show with a very long monologue. They were in St. Louis, in his hometown. And to just make a long story short, he basically said he's going to get his 15. Cody Rhodes came out there, never said a word, went on the attack, got to fighting them, and then I don't even know how to present this, but we're gonna do it anyway. Cody Rhodes gets literally punted in the balls by Pat McAfee. Pat McAfee then reveals that he's the one that's been talking to Randy to get him to be the guy that all of the OG Attitude Era fans need him to be. He doesn't like the 5'5" guys having the very long matches on the card, Iron Man matches with men who don't deserve it, and they have Randy freaking Orton standing right here. He doesn't like the fact that the fans, the forgotten fans, are the ones who have to bite the bullets while these noobs get to watch their favorites become champions. This sounds very, very familiar, but I'm going to keep it to myself. I will say this. I did not expect Pat McAfee in any capacity, not even in my wildest dreams, my backups of backups, did I ever even consider Pat McAfee being the guy. Not even in the slightest. Never thought about it. Didn't even cross my mind. But apparently, this is the man who's been... This is the man who has been in Randy Orton's ear. And I'm trying to understand the logic behind it, but maybe this little video Pat McAfee posted will help. Maybe this will help. Let's pull it up.
How about that, Marks? Never back on any wrestling television if Randy Orton loses at WrestleMania. I don't know how long the business will last if that happens, but I will never come back. I am here on a mission to motivate a 6'5", 270, 280 pound monster to lead the WWE. My friend, the legend killer, the GOAT, Randy Orton. Tickets available now. Most important match in the history of this business happens in Las Vegas, Nevada. Come watch it live.
God. It's just so weird. I don't even. Wow. I don't understand what I'm looking at, so sure. Whatever makes you happy. The only good thing that I thought was funny was Danhausen. Yeah, Danhausen was funny. I'm curious where this Pat McAfee will go. I do see Homelander coming after WrestleMania. We are starting to see it now with what he did tonight. Sure. I mean, yeah, it's sticking to what I don't know, but it's there. Hello, Paula. How are you? Sure. I'm not mad about that at all. I don't really care if he turned heel or not at this point. I wouldn't mind it, honestly. Sure, whatever makes you happy, dude. If you don't like it, don't watch it. I don't know what else to tell you. Pat didn't have to disrespect my city's sports teams. Pat doesn't have to do a lot of things, but he does it. So, I mean, I, oh, you loved it. I'm glad you loved it. My logic is not that it was bad. I just need to understand what I'm looking at. And I don't quite get what I'm looking at yet. I don't quite get that. So it went off like that. I mean, we didn't see Randy or Pat McAfee again for the rest of the night. They left after they basically had like 15 minutes. They were gone. Cody Rhodes ended up getting beaten up for a fourth week in a row. This is a month where he's been laid out on his back. And then later on in the night, Cody came out after Kit and Miz had a tag team title match, which we'll get to that in a second. He came out, hit Kit with the crossroads, and took the microphone and basically cut a nasty promo on Pat McAfee. And he wasn't lying that the voice in Randy's head was underwhelming. I have to agree that it was very underwhelming. I was expecting something a bit more sinister, and Pat McAfee doesn't give that, but I guess we'll have to wait and see. They're trying to bring back the days when they kick more ass than Mike crap. Sure. Whatever makes you happy. But I watched it back in the day, and they talked more back in the day than they did actually have matches. But go off, whatever makes you happy. I think you guys remember the past, especially when it comes to Attitude Era. You remember it with rose-colored glasses. You also remember the PG era with rose-colored glasses as well. But there weren't a lot of ass kicking happening. There was fights, of course. There was matches, of course. But the Attitude Era was all about stories and storylines. And what you saw was basically WWE's way of bringing wrestling into the forefront. And to be how it became wrestling entertainment in the first place. There was no matches where it was just amazing matches all the time. You go back and watch those matches and you tell me what you see. The quality of those matches was not as great as everybody's making it out to be. Am I saying they had bad matches? Not necessarily. Not everything from the Attitude Era was bad. There was good matches happening all over the Attitude Era. There are instant classics all day, every day. But I also remember that there were a lot of promos. There was a lot of mic time. We're talking The Rock and watching The Rock and Chris Jericho go back and forth for almost 15, 20 minutes. This happened often. This is not something that was new. And I find it interesting that now we're in this era of wrestling and it's not too far off from that. And everybody is still, they're like, yeah, well, they talk too much. They don't do enough wrestling. Okay. Sure. Hey, BCJ 1973, here's your 5 minutes. We're going to give you 5 minutes. 5 minutes. Nobody say anything. Just let him have that 5-minute comment because that's what he wants. Hold on. Yeah. This isn't the United States. This is the United States of Tiffany. You're not muted, actually. Your comments are still coming up. You wanted your 5 minutes because you keep putting the same repetitive shit in the comments. So here you go. Here's your 5 minutes, babe. There you go. No, I don't want any moderators taking him out. Don't do anything. Let him post the shit. Give him his 5 minutes. Give him his 5 minutes, babe. Hold tight. We're gonna give him his 5 minutes. He's begging for it, y'all. He needs it. It's all he has. It's all he knows. So let's give him his 5 minutes. We're at 13 minutes. We're gonna give him his 5 minutes. You guys can go take a break. Go get yourself something to drink. Go get yourself something to eat, a little light snack, and we'll finish the show in like 5 minutes. All right? Is everybody cool with that? No moderators take him out. Don't mute him. Don't mute him. He needs his 5 minutes. He needs his 5 minutes. So we're going to keep his comment up, give him his 5 minutes, and then we'll be back. So you guys go get your food, go check your Instagram. Make sure you make a phone call so you don't miss the rest of the show. And we're going to give BCJ 1973 his 5 minutes because he needs it. He's in desperate need of it, babes. He's losing it. He's losing it because I have this comment in here like 5 times. He needs it. So we're going to give him his 5 minutes. I'm going to give me something to drink. And I want you guys to just, hold off on the show for a minute. Just hold off. Hey, main event. Listen, we're letting BCJ get his 5 minutes because he's desperate. Okay, you see the comments. He's in the comments reposting that wrestling is fake. WWE is fake. He hates it. Whatever. So we're going to let him have his 5 minutes because he needs it. Okay? So everybody in here except for BCJ, you guys just sit tight. BCJ, get you something to drink too. You know what I'm saying? So everybody can make sure they see you. Everybody got to see you. We got to make sure that you're visible, right? We have to focus on you. So we're going to focus on you, babe. It's your day. It is your day. Congratulations. We love this for you. Is everybody happy? Come on. We're gonna give BCJ a round of applause. Let's give him some attention, huh? Huh? Do we need it? Let me see if I can find it. There it is. Oh my! We're gonna let it roll again because he needs it. He needs it for himself. He needs it. We still gotta get some 5 minutes. We gotta give him 5 minutes. We're still moving. Oh my God. Oh my God, BCJ. Listen, it's your time to shine, babe. It is your time to shine. Let's see what you're gonna do in this 5 minutes. Let's see what you're gonna do. We have to halt the show because he needs this time. He needs it. So we're gonna let him have it. We're just gonna hold on. You guys go get your snacks and just sit. I'm telling y'all, like if y'all go, if you trying to, cut the sugar and you want to have something really good, get you some of these zero pops. Sunkist has a zero one. That is good. It tastes like a regular Sunkist. No cap. I'm sorry, y'all. I had to halt the show a little bit. You see, BCJ here, he was desperate for attention. So we're going to halt the show, give him 5 minutes. We got about maybe 3-4 minutes left. So we're going to make sure he get his 5 minutes of fame because he needs it. He's in desperate need of it. So we're going to let BCJ's comments hang on here and just linger. I'm going to make sure we run through them so everybody can see what he's been posting in the comments because he's so desperate. They're so desperate for the attention. So we're going to go ahead and post everything that he's been saying in the comments. Because he needs it. He needs the attention. His mom never loved him right. His dad probably treated him like shit. So we're going to make sure that he has the attention that he needs. Yeah? All right. Everybody in the comments, make sure you say something nice to BCJ. Make him feel good about himself. Don't say anything mean. We're not trying to bully. Be nice to him. Be nice to him. We got to give him his 5 minutes because he needs it, He's in desperate need of the attention. So we're going to make sure he has it. We're going to make sure he has it all. I'm going to give it to him. Y'all say something nice to him in the comments. I'm for real. Be nice. We almost finished with your 5 minutes. We almost finished. You want your 5 minutes too, Hannah? It's okay, Hannah. We're going to make sure you have some too. You can join in on BCJ's 5 minutes. We're going to let y'all have it. Make sure you give Hannah some love in the comments too, because Hannah needs some attention. Jesus is not enough for her. Okay? God is not enough for her. Okay? So she got to come in the comments, spam in the comments. So make sure you give Hannah some love and attention. Okay? Give him some love and attention. And make sure, don't forget about Hannah and BCJ. Make sure they get their attention. Okay? Make sure they get their attention because they need it. They're desperate. We almost finished. Y'all got 2 more minutes. Need some liquor in this, baby. Hold on, let me make it a little bit easier. So it don't just sound, like no background noise. We gotta have something in the background, So we're gonna play a little bit some lo-fi music. Let's make sure BCJ and Hannah get all the love that they need. You know what I'm saying? Make sure they get all the love they need. We gotta make sure they get their attention. So we're gonna put some lo-fi music on. Okay, let that play in the background for you, and then we're just gonna let y'all ride that shit out. See, look at that, Hannah. Look at that. Easter is on Sunday. Right? BJ, he is so cool. He's so amazing. We love that for him. Hold on, y'all. Batman, I'm finna tell you in a minute. Okay. We were talking about Smackdown, Batman, but unfortunately, Hannah and BJ thought that the best time for them to have their moment in the sun was to come in my comments spamming and shit. And yes, Aaliyah, that is a poll on my screen. Now, I decided since they can't seem to keep their shit to themselves or at least stay on task while we're having this conversation about SmackDown, to give them their 5 minutes. I decided to give them what they wanted, which was their time. So now that their 5 minutes is over, and Hannah and BJ, Hannah and BCJ done got their love. Look at that. Look at that. They done got 1 or 2 people to say something to them. I hope that that's enough. Now, we were talking about Cody Rhodes, Randall Keith Orton, and this weird situation with fucking Pat McAfee. Pat McAfee's on the internet calling everybody marks, being weird. But let's get to your comment, Batman. He said, or they said, pardon me, don't know your gender, so pardon. Cody should lose. He's a boring champion. Not that I hate him. I love him, but it's just that he's not what I expected when he became champion. Well, I have a question. What were you expecting? And that's not me trying to shit on your opinion, because you and I could disagree and differ, but I genuinely want to know what you were expecting from a champion in terms of Cody Rhodes. What were you expecting? Because this is WWE. It's not like he, is in AEW or on the indies. And I think that's where a lot of people were losing the situation. Cody was a baby face. That was what he was. And I think people nowadays just don't genuinely like baby faces. You guys really hate them for some reason. But that's something you need to unpack in therapy. Not with me. Yes, this is a poll in the corner. That poll is asking, was Pat McAfee a worthy surprise? So you guys can vote. If it'll let you vote, you can vote. Hello, Lewis. How are you? But this whole first segment exploded into these guys fighting. Then Pat McAfee showed up, and then nothing. We got nothing after that until Cody Rhodes came back out later on in the night and basically cut a nasty promo on both McAfee and Randall Keith Orton. And essentially what we got was the beginnings of Cody Rhodes moving into the dark space. Now, in that promo, he basically said he don't know how to do it because he has a family. He has an obligation to his family to be a good man, to be a good person. And he doesn't want to go to a place where they would look at him differently. But the start of Homelander is coming. And so even if he wins or loses at WrestleMania, no matter what, Homelander is coming. And somebody's going to pay the price for Cody having to change his image and sacrifice all of that and sacrifice how his children will see him. This is all kayfabe, by the way. Somebody's going to pay the price for having to force him to go to this dark space. Who that person will be is totally up to Homelander. So, that being said, to be honest, when he became champion, I just wanted him to defend it more. He won it off Roman Reigns, and personally, I expected something like Seth. He's out there like, come try and take it from me. I want Cody in the gray area. Like, he's not the goody goody good guy, but he's not a full heel turning his back on the fans. Well, I think that you're not going to get that guy, that middle ground tweener guy, for a little while. When Cody goes heel, I believe he's going to go full heel. I do understand what you're saying about him having title defenses, and to be fair, he did defend his championship, but we're talking about the time frame that Cody first became champion all the way out to him losing the championship once, then gaining it back, then losing it again. I'm not saying you're entirely wrong. I just don't agree because he was defending his championship. I think it was the people he was defending it against that you guys didn't care for. People like Logan Paul, and the list goes on. There were no true rivalries for Cody in the very early stages of his title. And I don't blame Cody for that. I blame management. I blame the backstage. I blame creative, as should you. It's not like Cody's requesting to go up against certain people. The WWE championship didn't have to be a workhorse championship because they had a workhorse championship. The World Heavyweight Championship is the workhorse championship. So it wouldn't make sense to make one title be full of title defenses and then make the other one just be full of title defenses too. You need one that's connected to story. You need one that has some type of leveling to it, some upper echelon to it. Putting Cody in the same position as Seth Rollins isn't going to get him, it's not going to change anything. It's just going to make it so that, well, they're on an even kill in terms of who they're competing against and what they do. I feel as though you should separate church and state. The two titles shouldn't operate under the same moniker. They should both be very different. Now, you can agree or disagree. I'm not saying you're entirely wrong. I agree with parts of your statement. I just feel like I wouldn't have made him fight champion after champion after champion, or have title match after title match after title match, because I don't want that championship to be regarded as the workhorse title. That one needs to be coveted, which is why he should have been going up against more formidable opponents. For that part, I do agree with. What worked? Hello, Life with Jay. How are you? I want Cody in a gray area. I agree. I understand why you want him in a gray area, but at the same time, it was somebody had to ascend and take Cena's spot, not to be Cena's replacement, but to be something of a successor when the time has come. Like, you guys have to let baby faces be baby faces, and I hate that you guys force them to not be baby faces. You could be a face and still operate under the guise, if you do something to me, I'm going to take you out. I feel like there's a way to do that without making them be in a gray area. Because Jacob Fatu, to me, would be somebody who's in the gray area. He doesn't really exist in the face, or, you know what I'm saying, or in the heel arena. He operates under who he's going up against. That's how you see him, which to me is more realistic. That's more realistic. So for that part, I agree with you, but everybody can't operate as under that type of character, especially when you have titles involved. I need, like, I don't mind it when you have titles involved, and I don't mind it with the WWE Championship, but with Cody, I need him to have a full direction of what he's going to do. There wasn't a lot of depth at first. No, there wasn't a lot of depth in, like, the matches he's had, the feuds he had. And like I said, that wasn't entirely Cody's fault. A lot of that is on backstage creative and management, which they could have done better. They've done better multiple times. They could have done better with Cody too. You know what I'm saying? Exactly. I think Nicole hit the nail on the head, and I'll get to her in a second. Fair enough. I can see what you mean. I'm glad we're on the same page. I'm not trying to change your mind. I'm fine with you having your opinion the way that it is, because I understand what you're saying. I slightly disagree with some of it. So we both I see you. I see you, Batman. You good. When I tell you I was so mad about this, I don't understand it. And everybody else is so excited for it. And I generally don't understand this. I'm not understanding this. And I can't find anyone to tell me or make sense of it. Now there was a comment in here earlier. I don't know if that person is still in here, but shout out to you because you came in and you was like, this is what it is. I like it. And I'm like, okay, cool. But essentially, what they said was that they're bringing back fighting and they're not just talking on the mic so much. And I was like, well, I don't think you guys remember the Attitude Era like I remember the Attitude Era or even Ruthless Aggression. Like Attitude Era, Ruthless Aggression, that was nothing but conversation. Like Chris Jericho had a whole fucking segment where he talked about Stephanie's titties. The Kiss My Ass Club with Vince McMahon. Like there were whole fucking segments that were like 15, 20 minutes long. Sometimes the matches didn't even last that long. Like, what are we talking about? Well, they got to retire. The one thing about John Cena that I can say, and about a lot of OGs that are retiring now, is that at least they get to retire on their own terms. They're fully healthy and they get to live their lives with their families without regret. Can't say the same about the original OGs of wrestling. The poll worked. I picked the number and it worked when I sent it. Very, very cool. I didn't know it did that, but that's awesome. Now, Nicole said, in regards to what we were talking about earlier, when it comes to baby faces, she basically was like, Cody, unfortunately, got to play that role until Javon or Carmelo get the green light to clock in. And she's right. Somebody has to be able to take over the moniker. Somebody has to do it. And right now, it's Cody. Right now, it's him. And it was rightfully so to be him. You had a super villain in Roman Reigns come in, and Cody comes in and takes the title and changes the game, but everybody's pissed. And it's just like, I mean, the best way I can explain it is like, have you ever seen Spider-Man, the first Spider-Man with Tobey Maguire, when the Green Goblin is talking to Tobey and he basically tells him, no matter what you do, at some point they're going to turn on you and they're going to hate you. Even as hard as you try, they're going to hate you. And you all fall for it every time. You do it all the time. You did it with Kofi. You did it with Kofi. Kofi didn't do anything. He beat a big bad villain in Daniel Bryan, became champion, and you guys dogged Kofi for months. And you allowed and you watched him get dog walked by Brock Lesnar and you cheered for that shit. You were happy about it. I'll never forgive y'all for Kofi. Never forgive you for Kofi. Ever. I will never forgive y'all for that. Batman said, I love baby faces. It just feels like Cody forced it. It's just a little too much like on Raw. He could have said something cool, but all he said was, thank you. But I think that had a purpose. I don't think you guys understand subtlety and nuance. I think a lot of times you want everything to be put in your face. And sometimes there are building blocks, there are stepping stones to certain spaces, right? Cody Rhodes turning a heel should not be instant. It should be something that's built, something that is created. It needs to be born out of the ashes of something. And that ashes, those embers started on Raw Monday. But I think that you guys lack the ability to like a good subtle moment, a good hint, and oftentimes you want things to be very bold, loud, and in your face, and it doesn't have to be that way. It shouldn't be that way because life isn't always bold, loud, and in your face. Sometimes you're going to come across things that you're not necessarily looking at, or you don't see the red flags until it's too fucking late. And I think that in itself is the biggest problem, is that people they want everything to be very, very immediate. You have to see it. And I don't think that that's necessary. I think sometimes subtlety is key. He says she looked like a rhinoceros. Yeah, he did. He talked about her tits on national TV. We had conversations. Like there was a whole press conference with Melina about her and Batista and how Batista actually assaulted her. This was on a live Monday Night Raw in the ring in the 2000s, and like she had a press conference and everything. Everything. Like, what do you mean there was no talking? There was nothing but fucking talking. It low-key gives they are channeling NWO. I'm sure that's what Pat McAfee's channeling, because he regurgitates a lot of what he saw in the Attitude Era. So sure. Also, matches during the Attitude Era were absolute ass. I thought maybe it was my faulty memory, but everybody seems to think that that's not true, so that's where we're going to leave it. But in their way, I was watching on my way home. Gotta finish watching Smackdown now. Have a great one. I'll be back for the replay. No problem, main event. I see you in the replay. There were only 5 good wrestlers, bell to bell wise, on that roster for years. Respectfully, I have to agree. Batman said, I hated what they did to Kofi when he was champion. Kofi was awesome. Respect, I agree. I 1000% agree. But let's move on, because I'm not going to be able to stay on Pat and Randall Keith Orton for too long. But I will say this. I don't know exactly what the hell is going on here. And at this point, I just generally don't care. Am I looking forward to the match at WrestleMania? Yeah, because I don't think Randy and Cody are going to put on a shitty match. I think out of the 2 main event matches that we're getting between Randy and Cody, and then a match between CM Punk and Roman, I 1000% believe that Cody and Randy's match is going to be better. I'll fight anybody on that. They're gonna have the better match, so I don't have no issue with it. I just, Pat McAfee being added to this really, it irritates me for some reason. I'm not okay with this. I don't know why, but I'm not okay with this at all. I find this to be annoying, and I can't put my finger on why that is, but I'm gonna watch it some more, and then I'll probably be able to articulate next week what I really feel about it. But this just doesn't feel right. I'm like, Randy being egged on or encouraged by Pat McAfee makes no fucking sense to me. None whatsoever. It would have made more sense if it was fucking Jelly Roll. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, am I wrong? Like, y'all tell me if I'm wrong in the comments. Would it have not made more sense for it to be Jelly Roll? Right? Let me go back to the comments. Y'all tell me in the comments if I'm wrong or if you disagree. And I'll understand if you disagree, but I feel like it would have made more sense if it was fucking Jelly Roll than if it was Pat McAfee, because this is ridiculous. Like, usually I can pull a string and like pull it as tight as possible to make it fit. You know what I'm saying? But this, I don't know what to do with this. Cody Hyde called Pat a sloppy stoner who's a washed up football player. And I was like, I'm shocked you went this low. We're slowly getting there. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I'm like, the subtlety of it is what makes it really worthwhile. And some of y'all are missing it. And by the time he becomes full Homelander, y'all are going to lose the plot. You're not going to get it. You need to be paying attention to it now. Pat's got some nerve calling other people marks when he's the one who bought a ring and put it on in your backyard. So stupid. I love Stone Cold. He's my GOAT, but that nigga is mid at best in the ring, and he knows it. He's well aware of it. That match is gonna be better than Punk and Roman's match. That match is gonna be so ass. I've been saying it for months, and everybody thinks I'm crazy, but I'm not going to back down from that. I don't think CM Punk and Roman's match is going to be good. At best, I think it'll be mid with the 2 of them, but I know for a fact that Cody and Randy's match is going to hit like it's supposed to hit. I'll fight anybody on that topic for damn sure. We have too many celebrities involved now. That's why. That is true, because Lil Yachty, I will get to Lil Yachty in a minute. And some of y'all ain't gonna like that conversation either. Also true. Yes. I'm not wrong. I didn't think I was wrong. I felt like they didn't know what to do. That's true. It does feel like they didn't know what to do. But like you could have picked anybody. Somebody said Kevin Owens on Twitter, and I think Nicole was saying she thought it should have been Kevin. Kevin ain't doing nothing. He doesn't have to fight. He didn't even have to kick, like do anything. He could be just what he was, which he could be just what he needed to be. The voice in Randy's head. Kevin would have made more sense. You picked Pat McAfee. You walked right over Kevin Owens. You ignored how you could have brought Jelly Roll into it and made it into a thing. Like, what are you doing? I could see Jelly Roll since he sort of showed up as Randy's friend when he first came on. Not only that, but he's been backstage acting like this angel of love, and we all know that nigga ain't shit. But that's not the point. Like, it would have been a good swerve. It just would have been, he just took an RKO from Randy. And he could have just, spun it however he wanted to. Absolutely. Either him or Sammy, actually. I didn't even think about Sammy. She said, yep, because he's slowly losing his shit with everyone. He's getting tired. Exactly. Yeah, I see it. It's been happening for a little while, especially with Sammy. I said it should be KO, but I wanted Shane low key. Shane McMahon, I wouldn't mind. That'd have been a very deep cut, but it would have worked. It would have worked, especially with Stephanie talking to Cody on Monday, and you have Shane being the one talking to him the whole time. That would have ate a little bit. I would have been okay with that. But like, Kevin is a good callback. Like, Kevin is a good locking in of stories. You know what I'm saying? Like, Dwayne, what is Dwayne doing? What is he doing besides licking his wounds because of Smashing Machine? Get your ass up. Get your ass up. You're on the board. Like, get your shit in gear and start putting in some work, goddamn. Because what the fuck? Ugh. I'm disappointed. I'm so disappointed. They could have used Kevin Owens. I think that would have made more sense, or just a little bit. No, you're right. Nicole is the one who brought up KO, I believe, the last time we talked about it. And I brought up The Rock. I didn't even think about Pat because nobody was thinking about Pat. The only reason I think the Jelly Roll isn't a thing because I don't think he want to be a heel while World Cup promo and his business being there. Fuck that nigga business. And his World Cup song, as much dirt is out on Jelly Roll, he has no reason to be concerned about his image. That's fucking dumb. That nigga used to sell dope. And he's on camera literally comparing himself to Epstein. And it's a lot. It's just a lot. I think it should have been The Rock because it's some unfinished business. They don't care. They don't care. Who cares about Pat? We just wait for him to come back periodically. At this point, I don't give a fuck about him being there at all. We have the worst World Cup song. I'm so angry about it. It's terrible. It's fucking terrible. There's no reason for us to be focusing on this. Let's move on so we can get this done and I can get out y'all hair and stop screaming in y'all ear. Rhea Ripley and them had their match right after this whole weird exchange, promo, and beatdown from Pat McAfee and Randy Orton. They left the arena and never showed back up. But Rhea Ripley went up against Michin. It seemed like Rhea Ripley and Michin was having a decent match. And I was so fucking mad that they did this. They gonna drop this little shitty ass Pat McAfee bomb on us and then have us sit here and watch this long ass match between Rhea Ripley and Michin. I was like, what the fuck is going on? That was the theme for the night. What the fuck is going on? Because after the match, Rhea won, but she ended up getting attacked by B-Fab. The girls beat her down, and of course, you know, Jay was getting ready to come in there and tear something up, but Rhea Ripley had a contingency plan. Thank God this bitch has a brain, because she called EO and EO showed up, so EO gonna be by her side. I don't know how they gonna make it, you know, with the two of them, but shit. Her ass better call Bianca and tell Bianca, bitch, hurry up and heal so you can come back, and then y'all all three can go out, be out there. You can have Bianca waiting in the wings, and she can turn on Rhea and cause some real havoc, and still go after Jade and take out Jade. You can make this into a real big thing and make Bianca be like a little heel. You know what I'm saying? Since, you know, nobody like her as a face no more. Y'all probably gonna boo her when she go up against Rhea Ripley. The World Cup song sounds like a Christian song. It's because that's how they want everything to sound. They're being weird. Same, because I didn't even process this match because I was so bad. It was such a dumb thing. They really cut Jay deep with this. And I'm just like, what are y'all doing? Now, if y'all miss Jay Cargill, she had she was on the Joe Budden podcast today. And she was talking about how she tried to bring back the baddie section and how she wanted to have like sponsors where the influencers were holding up their sponsors and stuff, how they can bring more eyes to the company. She got a really good business mind. But of course, WWE was like, no, we're not going to do that. We're not going to do that. I'm like, why? Y'all upgrade the family seats and let them sit up front and hold up the key to Cricket Wireless and shit and have them standing there. Why can't Jay have her little baddie sections? There was a time where motherfucking y'all had a Rosebud section. Fuck going on? Like, y'all done brought in Lil Yachty. You got Jelly Roll on TV wrestling. You got motherfucking Logan Paul in there wrestling. I Show Speed is about to start wrestling. Y'all got all this shit happening, but you wouldn't let her have her baddie section with the influencers and the girls. You can mix in wrestlers with them baddies. You feel what I'm saying? Make them wrestlers dress really cute. Have them sitting there with like one or two influencers that are in the city that you're in. What she's saying makes sense. Boom. All you got to do is hire the influencers or invite them, give them a free ticket to the show. Y'all give people free tickets all day. Stop fucking playing with me. Y'all can have 2 or 3 influencers in that section. Make the rest of them be wrestlers that ain't on TV and not wrestling. Make them be wrestlers that are from that area. So you find some girls, have Jay pick some girls, and they come out and they dress really cute and they sit, and that's her baddie section. At every show. I don't understand what the problem is. I don't understand why you acting like they can't do it. You can have that whole section sponsored by a company that you already work with. She's not lying. There are all kinds of ways for you to do it. But she can't have that. But we got to suffer through Lil Yachty yelling on the microphone sounding like a 12-year-old today. Hello? We got to suffer through Jelly Roll being in the ring and can't wrestle? Worth a damn? Hello? But you can't give her baddie section? Ugh. The men's segment should have been in this spot. Respectfully, I agree. But Rhea came out to help her homegirl. I had to go off on a tangent because they pissed me off today. EO came out to help her homegirl Rhea, and they reunited, and now she got some backup. I don't know what they're going to do at Mania because it's 3-on-2. Okay, it's 3-on-2. So we're going to wait and see. She said, please don't talk to me about that. I'm so fucking mad about no baddies. This company is a disaster. They just don't think. They want to use... They're using influencers and everything else already now. They're using people on the influencer side to already repost they shit. They inviting them to stuff where they get exclusive conversations and meet and greets with superstars, all kind of shit. But you can't spare 5 seats. I find it weird because you was able to do it for Trish Stratus when you had Mickie James acting like a crazed fan. You remember that shit? Like you made a way to do what you wanted to do. Let the baddie section do what it does. I think that's cute. And then you can invite the women that are in the show to come into it. You know what I'm saying? Jay's not wrong when she say beautiful women are going to attract women and, of course, men. She's 1,000% correct. But y'all weird. So here we are. I'm going to blaze through this. Drew McIntyre and Jacob Fatu both cut promos. Jacob Fatu basically was just like, look, I went to jail. I was hardened in that jail. I did what I had to do when I came out. I went on the indies. I took over. I come to WWE and did everything in my life that has happened to me has led me to right here. So I'm a dog walk your ass at WrestleMania. Now, Drew McIntyre was like, you ain't nothing but a motherfucking convict. That's all you are. That's all you ever going to be. And next week, I'm going to expose you for the jailbird that you are. Now, my thing is this. Drew McIntyre. Baby, first and foremost, I'm sorry about your cat. Okay? I hope you and your wife, grieve properly and then proceed forward. I hope that everything is okay with y'all. But now, I need to dig in your ass a little bit. There's nothing you can tell us about Jacob Fatu and him being in prison that's going to change how people feel about Jacob. We all know that nigga was in jail. We all know that. What are you going to expose? We already know he has told his story time and time and time and time again. It does not change anything. Now, what I find to be very interesting is that you only have issues with people who you deem to get in your way, right? But you have yet to address Solo. This will always irritate me and get on my fucking nerves. Solo has been directly a part of the reason why you did not become champion at Clash at the Castle that year. He was the sole reason why you did not become champion while Roman was champion. And you have let him get a free pass to walk around safely for years. You even worked with him at one point, but you attacked everybody else. Jimmy, Jay, Roman, even Jacob. Jacob wasn't even a part of the bloodline that was causing you grief, but you going after Jacob. My problem is Solo has been there from Bloodline 2.0 to MFT, and you have done nothing to him. You have let him live free with no consequences, but everybody else got to pay. How do that make any fucking sense, bro? I need you to explain. Explain yourself. Explain yourself. Because that's bullshit. You know what? I don't even want to fucking hear it. Don't say nothing. Don't say shit. Samuel. Look. Y'all might be mad at me. Y'all are going to be mad at me. Yeah, their cat passed away. It's very sad. It is public record. It's fair. I hate when wrestlers say they're going to expose somebody, and it's like, I'm like, for what? That's what I'm saying. Trick called him every ginger name in the book. That's crazy. First of all, that's a slur. Call that man a ginger snap is fucking crazy. He called him a ginger snap, ginger ale. I'm like, goddamn, is anybody gonna say anything to this nigga?
Nope.
Then little Yachty come down there and Dry said he was dressed in the racist clothes.
He's wearing a racist jacket.
Yo, look, Sami Zayn is champ. And now Carmelo Hayes had every right to be mad. He has every right to be upset, be pissed, right? But at the same time, if the situation was different, Carmelo would have done the same thing. My thing is this. Sami capitalized on the situation. What was he supposed to do? Pretend like he didn't have an opportunity to go to WrestleMania? I'm sorry. But I'm on Sammy's side with this one. It's no shade to Carmelo. I fucks with Carmelo heavy, and I understand why that nigga mad. I really do. But at the same time, it's like, fam, what you want me to say? What you want me to do? Like, what you want? You want me to be sad? I'm not though. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I won. However I got it is how I got it. Be mad about it if you want to. I got you, but I'm going to WrestleMania, and I'm not gonna let you stop me from going because you demand something from me. I don't have to give you shit. That's how I would have been, because I'm like, when I lost the title, I let y'all ride. I didn't go after nobody. I didn't force nobody to give me nothing. No matter how I lost it, I moved on, just like you need to. But no, Sammy was listening. He let them go him into giving him a match, which I'm not mad. Carmelo made a really good case. He like, you've been running around here talking about people having integrity. You talking about you got integrity, and then you win the match this way. Like, what's up? Give me my title match. I want my rematch tonight. Sammy like, all right, cool, bet. But if you lose, it's no going back for you. Period. Now, in the match, everybody wrestling. It seemed like a good thing. Sami Zayn got to the end, and Carmelo tweaked his knee. So the match kept getting worse and worse for Carmelo. He's a speed wrestler. He's a high flyer. So things did not start, going well for him. It started getting worse. And as he got ready to hit, his signature move, he ended up hurting himself even more. The ref had him in the corner, and Sammy went over there like, yo, is he ready? Like, what's going on? Ref's like, give him a minute. And Sammy basically backed up, prepared himself for his haluva kick, hit that haluva kick once Carmelo said he was good, that he was ready to go, and he won. It doesn't matter how he won, according to y'all, as long as he wins. And as far as I'm concerned, y'all kept telling him, Cody kept telling him, oh, well, you got to learn how to pull the trigger. And I did. So now what? But not only did he have to pay for his actions, he ended up paying by the fans. The fans in St. Louis are weird. I'm going to be honest with you. Y'all weird. Y'all weird, St. Louis. I love some of y'all people. Kira Cinco, B-Ray, love y'all down. But y'all people weird. Y'all was booing everybody. It was like, why you mad at Sammy? Sammy didn't change the trajectory of the match. Trick Williams did. And y'all was cheering for this nigga. Trick Williams is the reason why Sammy is champion right now. And y'all acting like it was Sammy's fault. So what the fuck was Sammy supposed to do? Was he supposed to lay down in the ring and let Carmelo beat him? Absolutely the fuck not. Y'all crazy. Anyways, like, it was just weird. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with y'all? Are y'all on that shit? Are y'all on that shit for real? Like, I'm dead ass. Because what the fuck is going on? Anyways, after the match was over, Lil Yachty's bitch ass and Trick Williams went in there, beat up Sammy, and he got laid out for his troubles. Now, we 2 weeks out from WrestleMania. 2 weeks, okay? I'm going to say, I don't think Sammy going to lose that title at WrestleMania. I think Sammy going to cheat like a motherfucker. And I think Carmelo should get his receipt at WrestleMania on Trick Williams. And if I was Sammy, I'd be like, hey, I ain't got nothing to fucking do with it. You know what I'm saying? I didn't ask for the help. I don't need the help. It is what it is. I would let Carmelo sit out for the next 2 weeks. He don't do nothing. He don't say nothing. And then when Mania comes, whatever night they on, I will have him run out there, cost Trick Williams that title, and lay out Lil Yachty's lighting the ass, him out there hollering. That was weird. I don't care what y'all talking about. That shit was wild as fuck. Now, the match between Charlotte, Bliss, Lyra, and Bayley was pretty damn decent. I'm not gonna lie. Charlotte and Bliss won, but they ended up getting attacked again by them two big bitches. Lash Legend and Nia Jax went in there attacking them. This is how you know them hoes not gonna keep them titles at WrestleMania. Now, we saw that the Bella twins, Nikki Bella foot done got crushed. You know, basically she had her foot is in a boot. She rehabbing until Mania. She's supposed to be ready to go at Mania. I don't know, child. It seemed like Danhausen done cursed everybody. The Mania, WWE, everything is cursed. Speaking of curses, Miz and them basically were granted a title shot for the tag team titles against Damian Priest and R-Truth. They went out there for the match, and then Danhausen requested that they let him come out there with them, and they said no. Well, Miz said no. Kit Wilson was like, sure, whatever. So Danhausen came out there towards the end, got on the apron, and pretended to wrestle. He was tagged in by R-Truth, and then tried to curse Miz again, ended up cursing the ref. As the ref got ready to count for Miz, hitting that skull crusher finale, or the mic check as he called it. Baby, the ref hand cramped. The referee was holding his head in the air, like yelling, like like. It was so fucking funny. Oh God. When I tell you, Miz is like, what the fuck is wrong with your arm? What's happening? He's like, I don't know, it hurts. He's like, man, get it together. Like, oh my God. The man ended up getting taken out by R-Truth and getting pinned, and the ref was able to count with his left hand. They retained the titles because the ref is cursed, Kit is cursed, and fucking Miz is cursed. It's nuts, bro. It's nuts. Oh. Then after that, you know, Kit Wilson got laid out and Cody came out there and cut a nasty promo on Pat McAfee. Y'all listen, SmackDown was a lot. I'm missing 2 matches. Aleister Black went up against Matt Cardona. He beat him. And then we had the MFTs. The MFTs facing off against Uncle Howdy. Uncle Howdy went up against Tama Tonga. And Tama Tonga told Solo straight up, you need to let this fucking lamp go. It's not doing us any good. It doesn't give us any leverage. It doesn't do anything for us. You holding on to this lamp is churning you. It's changing you. And it's not worth it. We need to get back to what we need to be doing. And this lamp is stopping us from doing that. And he was like, what are you talking about? He was like, you don't know what you're talking about. Like, just go out there and beat Uncle Howdy and get it done. He said, fine, I'm going out there, but I don't need you out there with me. Whatever, fine. So he goes out there. Match is happening. Everything seems to be cool. All of a sudden, here comes Solo. Now, this is a distraction for Uncle Howdy, of course. Tama Tonga looks like he's going to get the win, but he doesn't. He looks up and he sees Solo and he like, what the hell are you doing out here? I told you to stay in the back. Solo like, I came out here to help. Like, I'm here to help. He was like, keep your ass in the back, bro. Like, I don't need you to come out here. He enlisted. Uncle Howdy ended up rolling him up. I think he hit the Sister Abigail on him. I could be wrong. But he was able to pick up the win. Tama Tonga was pissed. He was like, I told your ass to stay in the fucking back. He said, this motherfucking lantern is going to be the death of us. You got to give it back to him. He was like, what are you talking about? This is what's going to solidify our family and the power. He like, we don't need it. Give it to me. So he snatched the lantern from him and gave it back to Uncle Howdy. And Uncle Howdy walked away. They got in the back and he was like, what the fuck was that? Why did you give him the lantern? He was like, because his lantern is bullshit. It's distracting us. And you keep trying to go after this lantern for what? It does nothing for us. It doesn't give us anything. It's controlling you. It's controlling our family. And I'm tired of it. He said, we're done with the lantern. We're done with it. Then he says, okay, we're going to get rid of the Wyatts once and for all, and then we're going to be done. I'm like, nigga, didn't y'all just wrestle Uncle Howdy and give him back his lantern? Let that shit be it, bro. Fuck is you talking about? Y'all been hollering and screaming about this lantern for months. We tired at this point, bitch. Then they all start looking at Tama Tonga real weird. And I got a feeling that this Tama Tonga getting ready to leave. Tama like, I'm sick of this shit. Okay, I'm sick of this. I'm here like, don't you talk to my second husband like that. Don't you disrespect him like that. Okay, you mind your fucking business. Oh no, SmackDown. SmackDown was SmackDown, child. They ain't have no Tiffany Stratton, no Julia, no Chelsea today. I low-key wish I would have had Chelsea. I really do. But it is what it is, unfortunately. I'm going to get my black ass up out of here. Okay, but tomorrow I'll be back because we got to watch Stand and Deliver tomorrow. And Stand and Deliver is also in St. Louis, okay? So, Sexy Red is supposed to be showing up in St. Louis because it's her hometown and you know she loves wrestling. So, she will be there. We have let me take this poll off. Let me take that one off. We have a 10-man tag team match, which has Hank and Tank, EK Prosper, Ren St. Clair, and Shiloh Hill facing off against the 5 members of Birthright. Okay. And then we have the tag team championships contested. Vanity Project will face off against Los Americanos. Then we have Sol Ruka facing off against Zaria. The NXT North American Championship will be contested. Current champion Miles Bourne will be fighting against Johnny Gargano. He had a little mini debut today talking about how he was going to win. I said, sure. Oh, and somebody asked me yesterday, or was it Wednesday, who was the head of Evolve? Thatcher. Timothy Thatcher is the commissioner of Evolve. Okay?
Really?
Yeah, it's Timothy Thatcher. The NXT Championship is contested at Stand and Deliver in a fatal 4-way. Current champion Joe Hendry will face off against Tony D'Angelo, Ethan Page, and Ricky Saints. Okay. And then you have the NXT Women's North American Championship with Tatum Paxley, your current champion, facing off against the Glamour, Blake Monroe. And like I said, we got Los Americanos facing off against the Vanity Project. Some of these things doubled, so pardon me. The NXT Women's Championship is also being defended in a triple threat, though. This past Tuesday, there was a double pin. There was a pin and a submission, both happening simultaneously. And because of that, Robert Stone and Shawn Michaels decided that both Kendall Gray and Lola Vice would compete against JC Jane at Stand and Deliver this Saturday for the NXT Women's Championship in a triple threat. Okay? And that's it, because this is a duplicate 1, 2. So those are your matches for NXT Stand and Deliver. And there is one more thing. Over on WWE's YouTube, right after Stand and Deliver, is going to be AAA. AAA is going to have a show. You're going to have El Miesas returning to AAA. Pena is going to have a message that he's going to give to Vikingo before they have their match for the Intercontinental Championship. Flamer's supposed to have a match against a new girl that I haven't seen. I think her name is Sussy, if I remember. And there's a whole bunch of other things happening over at AAA that you guys should be watching. So if you are like loving that wrestling is going on and there's so much happening at one time, then you can sit after Stand and Deliver and watch AAA as well. With that being said, I will see you guys tomorrow right here after Stand and Deliver. Stand and Deliver starts at 7 p.m. on Saturday over on WWE's YouTube, not WWE NXT YouTube, WWE. Subscribe to it and make sure you click the notification so it will notify you when the show is ready to go and you can watch it. And maybe we'll watch it together. We'll watch it together. And then I'll come over here and talk about it just like I did SmackDown today. It's been a long day, ladies and gentlemen. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thank you so much for listening. And don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe. And I know it's a lot. All right, but just hear me out, okay? I have another podcast where we do Reddit posts. We talk about Reddit posts, and I also do Pop Culture Wednesday. You guys can come on over to the Stuff I Want to Talk About podcast. It is up over on Spotify, and you can listen to it on YouTube if you want. And the podcast is just me talking. We're going to do some documentaries. I'm waiting for a documentary to come out over on Netflix. I'm going to also cover the documentaries over there with the dirty scandals with Bob Barker, the situation with the America's Next Top Model, and all of that. I wanted to watch that one, the scandal one over there on Hulu. So we're going to cover those docs this month. And we're going to have Pop Culture Wednesdays where we cover a lot of topics that I want to talk about. So keep your asses over there and run up the numbers. Also, don't forget to run up the numbers for Down for the Count. Down for the Count is the podcast that I have with my homegirls where we talk about wrestling. And you guys, if you're on my channel, then you've known it and you've seen it. We just went live yesterday. We had a pretty decent show. And I want you guys to subscribe to the YouTube channel. Everything always scrolls at the bottom so you can see everything. The YouTube channel is available. Please, please, please listen to us on Spotify. If you have us on Apple, you can listen to us on Apple as well. We are working hard to give you guys weekly episodic shows for that podcast, okay? Oh, it's so much going on, but I appreciate you guys. I love you guys. And don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe. It really is important. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.
Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe for more wrestling content. Check out our merch and consider becoming a member for exclusive perks, special emojis, and members-only content.